this is the statement, the challenge statement, and I'll put it in the chat as well so you guys can see it. It's everyone loves an ice cold drink on a hot day. However, as the day goes on, that once refreshing drink will quickly turn to a watered down mess. Not only does your drink heat up, but as it does so, that taste will vanish. How can we find a way to keep the drink cold without it being watered down? Yeah, you can just talk. I'm not gonna.
All right, so the strategy is that whatever the drink is, you just put it in like an ice tray, and then you like freeze it, and then you use that as ice, so it's made out of the drink and not out of water.
Interesting. What if it's a carbonated
Okay.
beverage?
I
Can
can't
you
have those.
can you put that in a ice maker thing?
You
a
can't
ice-
freeze.
It'll lose its carbonation though.
Yeah.
Like it'll
But it would
freeze
still
out.
keep the taste, right?
Well, have you ever heard of? I guess so. It's a taste thing. That's
Mhm.
true. Have you ever heard of whiskey cubes?
I had not. What are whiskey cubes?
Whiskey cubes they're traditionally stone that's been like treated, but you put it in the freezer so it gets really cold, and you can put it in your whiskey and it makes it really cold, but it doesn't water it down because essentially it's a rock. So when it gets warmer, it just stays as a rock. It doesn't melt and become water.
Interesting. Is there any specific reason that that's just used for whiskey, or?
Traditionally, whiskey drinkers can be a little pompous. I like my whiskey with ice in it because I like to get it a little watered down. But I think it's just because you don't want to load up on them because they're heavy and they take up a lot of space and they're kind of a pain. But when you only have like 2 whiskeys at night, it's not that big of an investment.
All right.
I don't know. I'm sure they exist for other things, but I think it was a way for people to drink their whiskey cold without people roasting them for watering it down.
Gotcha.
I don't subscribe to that though. Just drink it how you want to drink it. But that's not the topic.
Yeah. Spencer, what are your thoughts?
So my first thought was, what if you just have a cup full of ice and put another cup inside of it?
Interesting.
Insulated with more steps. He's got a Yeti. Keeps it cold.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a lot of like containers like that are really good about insulating things, like keeping hot stuff hot and cold stuff cold. So
Yeah, let's say you were at like a bar though. Like, not that we would go to any bars right now, but you know, let's say that you're at a bar. They can't just hand you a Yeti. So what's the next?
Right, that'd be extremely expensive.
Right.
Okay, so like we get like I get a plastic cup with my drink in it. There's already ice in there. Let's say it's a Jack and Coke. That's what I get at a bar.
I like how this is like quickly divulged to like, all right, it's gonna be alcohol. How do we keep it?
Yeah, I mean, right. What if you could like go with Luke's idea? What if you could manufacture a syrup that you would add to an ice tray? So like it's not gonna be the exact same thing, but no matter what, it's gonna be better than water.
Yeah.
What if you just got like Coke syrup and froze it?
I don't think syrup can freeze very well. Also, then when it melts, it would be syrupy.
Too sweet. There's a middle ground.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
So, I think we've had a lot of good ideas here. I'm really happy to hear your guys' like initial thoughts. I'm gonna tell you guys what my group was proposing, and I'd like to get some feedback on that if that's cool. Okay, so we actually went with a combination of 2 ideas that you guys threw out. So our idea was a mixing cup. So you have a compartment in the bottom that is just ice, and in there you put different flavored ices. So you put in a sugar flavored ice or a bittering flavored ice, and you put that in there, put your drink in there, and mix it up to get the drink really cold, and then you pour that into a separate cup.
I see.
So like
a cup in a cup.
Is this at the beginning of, or is this like when it warms up, you then put it into this cup, or is this to make it really cold in the very beginning without having to put ice in it?
Yeah, that's to make it really cold in the beginning.
Okay, so then you don't have to you strain it so there's no ice. There's no ice in it.
Right.
Like, at the very beginning, there's ice, but then you take the ice away.
Yeah.
Okay. So you solve for the watering down problem, but how do you keep it cold?
Yeah, that's the step that right now we're still sort of tossing back and forth.
Okay.
I do like the idea of the like the whiskey stone type thing. I think I'm gonna bring that up with my group and see what they think about it. So,
It doesn't have to be stone. I'm sure there are many things on this planet that can hold coldness
yeah,
well.
for sure. Do you guys have any other thoughts?
No.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it.
Of course.